What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about altcoins today. We're not going to do a bullish video today. I do have very bullish expectations for Q1 2026. I think January will start off kind of subtly. It won't be that exciting, but February, end of January going into February, March, even April, I think is going to be a very exciting time. With that being said, I do want to make you all aware that I think we're about to see a little bit of a dump across the boards. I think the altcoin markets are going to drop anywhere from 10 to 20% on average. And I've been doing analysis. I'm making this video. This is my last video of the day, so it's taken me all the other videos today to kind of get inspired to make this video. But I've seen enough signs where I think it just makes sense that we would drop anywhere from about 10 to 20%, probably closer to 15% across the board for the average altcoin. And we're seeing it here. Maybe we're seeing it here. I want to go over the analysis and I want to show you guys what I'm looking for. This way, and again, this video, the purpose of this video is not to be like, we've got a 10 to 20% drop incoming, everybody panic sell right now before the drop happens. No, it's not that. It's more like, are you thinking about buying crypto? We're at a very low point right now, and it's a perfectly great time to buy. But I think if you wait like a week, you might be happier about waiting. Maybe. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But let's get into it, okay? Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it here, okay? So this is the other chart. It's the total crypto market cap excluding the top 10, right? What does that mean? It means it's all these coins. You just take away the top 10. So no Bitcoin, no Ethereum, no blah, 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 all the way up to the top 10. It's the top 125 coins excluding the top 10. It's effectively our S&P 100 for all coins, right? Excluding the top 10 coins. Whenever this thing moves up 10% across the board, on average, you can expect to find 10% moves across the board. If it moves down 10%, same thing, right? It's not perfect. There will be coins that, if this moves down 10%, there will be coins that pump. There will be coins that move down 20%. But ideally, whatever the average movement here is, would be expected there. Now, we can see we are clearly in a lower low, lower high trend. Most cryptos probably look like this since around October 10th, right? Most altcoins probably look like this since around October 10th. A little bit of a downward sloping channel. We're at the upper ends of that channel now. I don't know about you guys, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but this doesn't seem like we're going to be breaking out to the upside. It seems like more of the same, and we're going to probably come down and find a lower low. So my thought was, making this video, my thought was, okay, so I kind of have an idea. The average altcoin looks to me like it's going to drop 15%. Can we find something that agrees with that here? So what I did, if we're going to find a lower low, what I did is I went through and I measured the low to the high on the fibs to get this low. I measured the low and the high on the fibs to get this low. And I wanted to see where these significant levels were so that we might have an estimate as to where this one will go. So we take the Fibonacci retracement here from a low, not the scan wick low, but this low, to a high. And you can see that the wick went just below the 1414. You found support just below the 1414. What does that mean, C-Zar? Why do I care? Who cares? Don't worry about it. Just put that in your mind. It stopped at the 1414. It stopped at this number here. Okay? We go to this low to high. It's a little bit more of a significant divot right there, low to high. We stopped at the 1272 and inevitably at the golden ratio, right? The 1272, the 1618, we stopped at both those areas. No 1414 this time, but still in that general proximity nonetheless. We take the next low to high, and where did we stop? The golden ratio again. We didn't even stop at the 1272 this time. Now we're finding support on it, kind of. My thoughts are, going over this, we will likely stop somewhere in the 1272 to the 1618 range. That's pretty standard. That's what I call the primary target zone. This puts us between $177.3 billion and $170.5 billion market cap for the total crypto altcoin space. If we take that current valuation and we put it down there, that would give us a minimum drop of something along the lines of about a 10% drop. To the 1618, that's about a 13% drop. And I say 10 to 20% drop. I said that in the beginning. I don't know why 20%. Maybe I thought we could go lower. I mean, maybe we do go lower. But if I'm being honest, I guess looking at this, I wouldn't assume that we even drop more than 15%, right? 10 to 15% might be a more appropriate estimation. Still, nobody likes to lose 10 to 15%. And for me, any movement that's like greater than 8% is worth waiting for, right? Like if I want to buy here and I'm just in that mentality where I'm like, screw it. If it goes down, I'll buy here anyways. I just want to get it over with. If I see that we're going to drop more than 8%, I typically hold my hand. I wait, right? And I think here we are going to drop 10 to 13%. That sounds about right. And that's the main thing I wanted to talk about. Is I think that we're in this very, very opportunistic moment in crypto. People are loading up their bags. Maybe they're panic selling, whatever. It will get more opportunistic. It will get darker, quote unquote, before it gets better. But if you're buying the dip, if you're holding and you're persevering through this, and you do it right, you set yourself up with a position of strength, you're really going to come out on top of this. And that's what I'm trying to help accomplish here. Is that, maybe here, relatively speaking, you're buying at a low point. But if you really want to buy in a position of strength to get rid of that worry so that you don't make the wrong decisions, should that happen, should that moment arise, if you wait, I think you'll get a lower low. I think you will. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. We look at the daily RSI, lower highs throughout all this. We're right at that point of which you expect to find resistance. Come down. Get a lower low in the price. Do it. And then give us a higher low in the RSI. That's bullish divergence. It would make all the sense in the world that that's where we stop. These downtrends, and I say it all the time on this channel. Typically, you have a lower low, lower high setup in your RSI. Those downtrends can shift into sideways trends, and then those sideways trends shift into upwards trends. Okay. Well, to get an upwards trend, upward sloping trend, we need a higher low. I think that's what we're going down to form, is a higher low right here. This is not our high. I mean, technically it's a higher low, but I don't think that's it. You either bounce off the 40 or you don't. And it looks like you're not. Like you're getting a very weak reaction here. I don't think you're going to bounce off it, right? Like here, you kind of bounced off it, and that was a stronger reaction than what we have here. That was still a weak reaction, right? Here, you're bouncing off your 40 area. You didn't actually get close to it, or you got close to it but didn't hit it. Here, these are still weak reactions. It took you a second before you actually had a real reaction here. Anyways, we're getting a weak reaction now. I think that we're going to move lower in the meantime. That's all I'm trying to say. Stochastics at this area that we have found resistance. The MACD overall is bearish. But if we look at the weekly time frame, there is some bullish divergence on the weekly MACD. Maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't call for that. But nonetheless, this histogram does look very similar to this one here, right, as far as depth goes in the histogram. And both of those histograms happened at macro low points for altcoins. Again, you're not going to be upset if you buy here, and in 2 months you look back, you're not going to be upset that you bought here. It's probably a good time. But in 1 week, you might wish that you held off a little bit, DCA, or just hold off and then wait for it to go lower, I don't know, before pulling the trigger on your favorite altcoins. The stochastics are reset. We're at the oversold zone. The MACD is not a factor because we're so choppy and sideways, and the RSI is reset down here at the oversold zone as well. The signs are abundant that we are clearly at a low point. I still think we have a little bit lower to go, but whenever it's time, altcoins should be recovering. I think that Q1 will be absolutely glorious for the average altcoin in this market, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if between now and the end of Q1, if this chart was at new all-time highs altogether. If the average altcoin maybe is pushing to new all-time highs, or if not pushing to new all-time highs, at least producing something on the lines of a 3x or a 2.5x or more. That's the expectation, right? I think that we will see a little bit of a boom. I think that we will break out of this range here in Q1. I think we will be broken out of it. We just have a little bit lower to go. We're at our final moments of depression here. And then things should be exciting. I think we'll start to really kick things off at the end of January. It won't be, I think there might be optimism because it's a new year. We're closing out the old year. The old year was bad. Let's let 26 be a good year. I think 26 will start off kind of as a dud, maybe even to the red effect, and that might be where this 10 to 15% drop is coming from. And then at the end of January, going into February and March, I think that's when things will really start to kick off. But we'll see. I don't have anything else that I want to say. If anything, maybe we're not bullish enough. I don't believe we're in a bear market. We haven't seen an alt season yet. We're overdue for an alt season. We haven't really seen a bull market finale at all with Bitcoin or with any cryptos. Caspa had had a bull season finale. That was the only one, but everything else not so much. We're waiting. We're waiting. And I have a feeling too. You look at this chart. You look at this setup here. It's got some similarities, but it's not quite the same as Ethereum. It's actually more closely resembled to Solana. I have a feeling, right? Like, doesn't this look similar to what we got going on here? I feel like it looks pretty similar. I have a feeling when Solana starts to shape up, altcoins will start to shape up. We get Solana and Ethereum starting to shape up, altcoins will start to shape up, and both of those coins look like they're going to start shaping up sometime in late January, if not early February. And thus, the altcoin markets as a whole should as well. Until then, you know what it is. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Happy New Year. Stay safe. I mean, it's not New Year yet, but very, 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 very soon it will be. Stay safe. Have fun. I will be traveling in about 3 days from now. I will be traveling for like a 5-day period. So videos might be a little strange over this coming week. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I don't mind making videos while traveling. I oftentimes do. Oftentimes I make like 5 videos or less on the days that I'm traveling. So where normally I like to try to shoot for like 8 to 12, whatever. But enough about me. I'll see you on the next one. Hit the like button. Take care. Bye-bye.